If I had to say what I gained from this trip, I think that would be it. It's good that one more person will remember him.
Menogias, where have you been?
Brother Yaksha, you're confused again. I've told you countless times, I am Boyoung, the thaumaturge who fought with you in the chasm.
Boyoung? Boyoung? You are Boyoung, but who am I?
Believe me, I want to know as much as you do. Here we are, the two who agreed to stay here together, and I can't even call you by your name.
Alright. I think we should be ready to start. Alright, Kachina. Let's see. Okay, domain is not available. What about weapon here? Okay, that is available. Make some condensed resin here. It's this one, yeah, it is. Let's do a navigate, yeah. No Farina can walk across this. How far up? Oh my goodness. That's one thing I don't like about Natlan very much. The fact that we have so much crap to climb. So like, look at how high this thing is. This is even with Kachina's skill. It's still up from here? Oh my. Oh, there it is.
Let's go, Twirly!
Yeah, they've still got a week to do that banner.
Time to shine! Japan!
Oh, come on, I'm trying to swap characters here.
Everyone on me! I must leave no stone unturned. Yep, as a good knight should. Charge!
Oh wow. That was pretty dang fast. Thought it was supposed to be difficult. Yeah, we can see how many of these things we'll need. adds a lot of defense. Okay, so then we need blue tier.
Let her rip! Clear the
Pull in! Press the advantage!
As a dutiful maid.
There we go. We might have enough to make all the blues that she needs for this next ascension on her weapon. Let's see. Oh, come on.
Silver Fishy says howdy.
Hello. How goes it? Oh, my throat today. How are we doing?
Silver Fishy says eating so good. You?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Let's see. What are you eating? I don't think this domain is... Yeah, that one's not up.
Silver Fishy says tuna salad sandwiches. Salt and vinegar chips.
Ah. That sounds cool. I love the salt and vinegar chips. So you like salt, sour things? I love sour things.
Silver Fishy says sour is pretty alright.
Sour is pretty good. Do you like spicy things? Where is it? I don't know if I can craft any of them.
Silver Fishy says spicy is also pretty good.
Yeah, I love spicy stuff. I'm not sure where this thing is in here. I'm not seeing it. Oh, who dis? Is this you?
Silver Fishy says bad throat today. Might need some tea.
Yeah, that's true. Oops. My throat often does this kind of crap to me. I don't get it. Someone's calling me. Just a second.
In the moment that we escaped from that space, I could sense what was left of Bosacius's memory. If I had to say what I gained from this trip, I think that would be it. It's good that one more person will remember him.
Menogius, where have you been?
Brother Yaksha, you're confused again. I've told you countless times, I am Boyoung, the thaumaturge who fought with you in the chasm.
Boyoung? Boyoung? You are Boyoung, but who am I?
Believe me, I want to know as much as you do. Here we are, the two who agreed to stay here together, and I can't even call you by your name. It's a shame.
Stay here? No. No, you have to leave.
Nonsense, Brother Yaksha. We're down here for good now. Don't you remember? It's too late to have regrets. The seal can't be broken.
The seal. Ah, yes. I'm a Yaksha who came here to fight.
Brother, are you okay?
Look at the state of me. I don't think I've got long now.
We're the only two left. Don't go dying on me. You know, today I saw my family down here. Clear as day. What do you think? Am I losing my mind now too?
Probably.
Boyoung, do you want to go home?
I made my decision to leave Zhongzhao up on the surface. I obviously... Of course I want to go home.
I must have family too.
No, that's impossible.
You mean brothers and sisters? I'm sure you do.
Brothers and sisters. Yes, but who am I? And where is my family?
Brother! What's wrong? Hang in there. It's just you and me, don't die before me.
Alatus, is that you?
Who's Alatus? Your memory's going again.
I'm sorry. You all have to see me in this state.
Brother!
Look, there's someone over there.
Who are they?
They're my... I remember now. I know you. My brothers and sisters have come for me, Boyoung.
You're awake? At least tell me your name.
Brother Bosacius.
Hey, Bosacius.
Bosacius.
I am Bosacius, and my destiny is to make the ultimate sacrifice.
You said so much today, but I don't need to hold back as much when I talk to you. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you were aware of your destiny? The potential of life? The approach of death? Whatever it might have been. By now, I have accepted that destiny is the one disaster that the Yaksha know most keenly of all. We are destined to misery. And yet, we have no fear.
How?
This is contingent upon my research progress. Oh, so that's how it is, huh? Alrighty, Paimon's excited now. It's fine. You can use whatever title you want. Paimon, you're salivating. Whatever. Let's get this done and get it done quick. After that, we can discuss the bonuses thing with Mr. Patris.
You did pretty good to have lasted this long.
Oh, the fish used to jump onto my boat. Prescott's and their finance fiends snapped up harbor rights.
Dang Prescott's driving me out of my fishing grounds. And they missed out on such a good opportunity to make him Australian. Why would they not make him Australian? It's a shame.
Wait, Eula, did you just pay for my portion too? I was supposed to pay for mine separately. I'm not an official member of the reconnaissance company. If you want to get official about it, then fine. It's officially my treat. There, now stop worrying. Oh, thanks to Eula and Amber, we made a whole day's worth of Mora in one fell swoop!
Yes, Amber is officially Eula's treat. Deal if he's experimented on.
You're the same as ever, casually ignoring people just like you did back at Aru Village.
I think the results from the experiments on this guy would probably be more fruitful than he is, so I think we should just send him back to the cave and let them continue experimenting. That's my vote. Gotta love them iframes. Oh, he's gone. Beat it down for the count.
Nice and spicy. Now you shall perish.
Could be, yeah, he's gone. Night night.
Who's that way? Mr. Honorary Knight, Paimon.
I'm sorry.
It's clean.
I'm late.
Yes.
That's all right. We were just chatting. The
We
Traveler's
love
pretty
Klee.
smart, so thanks to him, we're finally onto something.
Hi. I was on my way, then I saw Klee.
They let me out for Vine Laser
They
Fest.
let you out. Did they let you out of a jail cell for bombing Mondstadt?
Albedo is super busy helping Tineas fix his recipe for an extra strong sobriety potion, so he doesn't have time to come play with me right now. I'm just playing by myself instead. But it's so cool! All the grown-ups in Mondstadt are out to celebrate the festival. Everyone's smiling and having
Hey, how's it
lots
going?
of fun. I wanted to join in too, so I made a whole bunch of stuff so I can celebrate with everyone in my very own way.
Her very own way. Meaning
way?
bombs, probably.
Uh-oh. This does not bode well coming from Klee. And that's when I bumped into Razor.
Bomb crisis averted, I'm not so sure.
Razor was acting kinda different than usual, like he was thinking about something. So I asked him what happened. And then Razor said that he was looking for his mommy.
I did not say mommy.
Oh, it's okay, silly. Mommies are important people, so finding your mommy is a super
Mommies are
important
people, too.
job. That's why Klee's gonna come help.
Please
Razor!
help.
Razor! Finally, I found you.
Oh, Bennett. Yes, I've got Bennett. He's actually going to be a big part of my team once I get him leveled up.
Bennett?
Oh, look who's here! Hey, everyone! Here, this is for you.
Ooh, what's that?
A small lampgrass?
Yep, that's right. I tripped up on it this morning and took a little tumble. I did a full faceplant, but somehow this little thing came out completely unscathed. That's when I knew it was destined to go into your wine mix.
Bennett, how did you manage to trip up on a small lampgrass? Huh, that's
That's
true.
a good question.
They do glow after all. No, I wasn't talking about the glowing. What I meant was they're really big and easy to spot. So I don't get how you didn't see it.
I was just running too fast and got careless, I guess.
Alright. Be back.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette,
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
be
it's
happy
this
to
thing.
teach you. Let the world collide! Oh
Oh my. Right as soon as I swap onto her. Okay, there's the crit. Oh shoot, yeah.
Everyone on me!
Strike a pose!
Advance!
Steady as stone. As a good knight should.
Time to shine!
All in!
I don't get why it can be so difficult for him to crit sometimes.
Let's distribute these among our...
Okay. Sometimes it can be a real pain not having someone like Kachina maxed. But she just goes down. It'll be nice when she's actually maxed, because it seems like she'll do a decent amount of damage off field and buff quite a bit. And I really like her as a character too. Oh yes, tea helping.
Right here.
Oh. Kachino is ready to go. Where's my food? I hate it that there's no auto eat function. They need to add that for the stamina food.
Advance!
Ouch.
Rally!
Silver Ishi says the NRE.
Hey, yes.
Charge!
NRE. What do you mean?
Time to clean up. I'll catch up.
The tea is good.
Silver Ishi says that's what that does.
Wait, what do you mean that's what it does?
Silver Ishi says also nice. What kind of tea?
It's throat comfort tea from Yogi. I love Yogi teas. They are the best. See. Oh, he's just up this canyon wall. Is there... I think I can transform into this thing and make it up there a lot faster.
Silver Ishi says I liked one tea and a tea, and I never had it again.
Oh no. So, okay, yeah, it is E for those.
Silver Ishi says what's on the Genshin agenda today?
Oh, mainly working on some Kachina, and then hopefully getting through some more of the quest.
Advance!
Yeah. I have friends wanting to spend time together though too.
Silver Ishi says how do you like her so far?
First you don't succeed. As a dutiful maid would, steady as stone.
Oh, how do I like Kachina so far? I really like Kachina. She's probably my favorite Genshin character, honestly. That's no exaggeration. She's probably my favorite Genshin character. I've thought of using her on field, but it's not really optimal that way.
Good night, Shun. Right here.
Man, Kachina ready to go.
You also like collecting shiny rocks? I mean, who would want
Silver
to?
Ishi says why not?
Wait, why not what? Looks like we can zip right
Silver
past
Fishy
this
says
guy
why
and
not use
grab.
Kachina on field? That's
Oh.
what I did before I moved to Zillinen.
She's not really optimal for on field. If you look at the artifacts, that works really well with her. She's a lot better off field.
Strike a pop.
Oh wait, no.
Pull in! Press the advantage!
Leave it on to me.
Let's see if we can.
Advance!
It's probably better to do another rotation here.
Let the world collide.
Silver Fishy says so you mean as a support.
Yeah.
As a dutiful maid,
She's kind of more of a support and sub DPS at the same time.
I'll catch up.
Rally! Advance!
Shower me with praise. Let my name echo in Japan. Cleared it. Time to clean up.
Not sure how long the stacks on Noel's weapon last. Let me see. Okay, 6 seconds. Yeah, it's not very long. He's not underground, is he? Probably not. Yeah. We look at...
Silver Fishy says I mean mostly off-field DPS yet? Her
No?
only supportive ability at C0 is being able to hold Cinder City.
It's not her ability, it's the artifact set. That's really good on her. So if we look at Kachina, she actually has a very good uptime with the artifact set. It's basically a 40% damage buff through her artifacts. So, yeah, if you go Footprint of Rainbow, obviously that gives her more defense. She has damage that scales off of defense with her E and her burst. And then here, if we go Sands, Geo damage, and then crit rate, crit damage, obviously she can actually deal a pretty good amount of damage because it all multiplies. And then Scroll of Cinder City here is kind of the main thing. I can pull up the artifact set on here, actually. So... artifacts. Yeah, when a nearby party member triggers a Night Soul Burst, the equipping character regenerates 6 elemental energy. After the equipping character triggers a reaction related to their elemental type, all party members gain a 12% elemental damage bonus for the elemental types involved in the elemental reaction for 15 seconds. Yeah, so yeah, if the equipping character is in the Night Soul Blessing state when triggering this effect, all nearby members gain an additional 28% elemental damage bonus for the elemental types involved in the elemental reaction for another 20 seconds. So basically, those two things stack on top of each other for 40% basically. And then if you look at this thing, the Night Soul Blessing state that triggers the artifact. Turbo Twirly's various actions consume Kachina's Night Soul points. The Night Soul Blessing state will end when these points have been depleted. So she's in Night Soul Blessing state all the way up until her E ends. And then that means, yeah, if the equipping character is in the Night Soul Blessing, the equipping character of the artifact set is in the Night Soul Blessing state when triggering this effect, all nearby party members gain an additional 28% elemental damage bonus for the elemental types involved in the elemental reaction for 20 seconds. So that means Geo and Hydro in this case. But it could be even more different elements. So we've got the 12% from that, and then we've got the 28% from that. So she's basically giving a 40% damage bonus for 20 seconds after her thing ends. Yeah, so as soon as you start using the E, she goes into the Night Soul Blessing state, and it only ends the Night Soul Blessing state after it ends, which is a good 8-second duration. So basically, she's giving a 40% damage bonus for 28 seconds. That's pretty freaking huge. On top of all the damage that she can deal.
Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Silverthishi says I like it on support Zillinen.
Yeah. Really, anyone from Natlan who can trigger a Night Soul Blessing is going to be really good with that.
Strike a pop.
Everyone on me!
Noel's not going to have enough energy here. Did he really not crit there? There's a crit. Okay, now we've got the energy that we're going to need.
Let her rip.
Charge!
Silverthishi says, but I've also been doing DPS Zillinen. It's been mighty fun.
Oh yeah. I've kind of thought about pulling her, but I really want to pull the Pyro Archon. I don't know if I'll have enough pulls if I try to pull for her. Is this guy even alive? I don't feel like he is. Now he is. That didn't make much sense. Oh, come on, let me swap characters, please.
Silverthishi says have to kill his slime buddies first.
Yeah, some enemies work that way, I suppose.
Everyone on me!
They're doing some pretty decent damage here, though.
Splendid! More interesting trinkets for me.
Oh, Farina. Gotta love Farina.
Advance!
So let's use the burst.
Silverthishi says I wish watching a C4 or C6 was a card that could hit in face at least.
Charge!
I'll have to look at what those ones are. Not familiar enough with their constellations. Let me see. What are those? Oh yeah, that would be a good one. Yep. It doesn't seem like C6 would be getting triggered all that much. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it would be getting triggered all that regularly. That's interesting. The C3 is actually pretty good, I think. Yeah. Because, yeah, that is a fairly big part of her kit.
Silverthishi says the ID like the C6 for more damage, with her C1. If she's gonna be an off-field DPS.
Let's see. Yeah, because it does trigger on creating of a shield, right? Replaced or destroyed, yeah. Does it trigger with crystallized reactions, though, I wonder? Maybe. As if it triggers with crystallize, I can see that being good. If it has to be like a shield ability, I don't think that's going to be triggered enough for it to really be worth it. Oh, okay.
She says yet. Crystallize counts as a shield.
Yeah, then that's a very different story. Yeah, that would be worth it then. Ah, shoot. We need more Mora. Do I still have condensed resin? I feel like I do. Well, let's go collect this guy here while we're still here.
Press the advantage!
As a dutiful maid woman.
Pull in!
Okay, more time.
Silverthishi says excited for any characters, aside from Movica.
Nope, mainly the Pyro Archon. That's the main one. That's who I'm saving up for.
Show me your moves! Time to shine! Down! Here you
Rally!
Steady as stone. As a good knight should. Time! I'll catch up. Shall we?
Advance!
Strike a pose! Let my name echo in
Oh, yeah.
Leave it all to me.
Everyone on me!
Someone needs... Time to clean up.
One of the cool things about this team comp here is that Goru will buff their defense, and Kachina and Noelle both deal damage based off of defense. And then, yeah, Farina buffs everyone's damage. Kachina is gonna buff everyone's damage. Goru buffs both Kachina and Noelle's damage. And then Noelle's obviously the on-field damage dealer. It's, yeah, there's actually a lot of buffing in this team. A lot of synergy going on. Farina is also the one that's triggering Night Soul Blessing with the, well, no, the artifact set.
Silverthishi says
With
I
the
like Noelle
elemental
slash
reaction.
Furina Mono Geo.
The thing is Mono Geo won't work with someone like Farina. She's not Geo. And she can provide a big damage bonus with someone like Noelle especially. Yeah, Farina can't really be Mono Geo. She's Hydro. Mono Geo is like 4 Geo characters. That'd be like if I had
Silverthishi says
Albedo.
this is Mono Geo Mono teams are just 3 element plus a flex.
Oh. I see. Yeah, obviously we're still upgrading Kachina. I might have to do more of this domain. I can see if I can create any more of these masks. Probably not at the moment. Takes so long to upgrade a
Silverthishi
character.
says like Linny Mono Pyro with Kazuha.
Yeah. Kazuha kind of counts as a pyro in that scenario because he's swirling pyro and stripping pyro defense. But yeah. Alright, let's do, I think, is it just one more condensed resin that I have? I think it might just be one more. Yeah, the cool thing about Kachina's artifact set here is that the artifact set itself doesn't even really need to be maxed out, nor does she, in order to utilize the artifact set. So we're still getting that bonus from her.
Charge!
We're not gonna have enough energy on Noel.
Advance!
Silverfish says it's a Noblesse/VV situation. I dig.
Oh yeah. Kachina seems to have some very good utility as well. Is the really cool thing. She can actually be quite flexible from what I see of her kit. As Kachina, you could do with pretty much any team comp, to be honest, because this, like with this, and then the amount of damage that that's going to do just regardless, and then, well, at least once she's maxed, then this can really react with any kind of element. So she can be a 40% damage buff to any kind of team comp on top of being a decent sub DPS, at least when she's maxed. Obviously she's nowhere near maxed right now. These are all plus zeros. These are very basic artifacts, mainly just to get the 4-piece set effect going. She is still very much a work in progress. Very, very much.
Silverfish says when an Enmo unit comes out for Natlan, we will have it all covered.
I don't know. I think honestly with Kachina and Xyloan, I think we pretty much have it covered with the artifact set. Because a lot of the thing is like the damage buff, I feel like is going to be better than Swirl in most cases. In Overworld especially. Because most of the enemies don't have that much resistance to begin with. So 40% damage bonus is oftentimes a lot more effective than a 35% resistance strip. If the enemies don't have much resistance to begin with, it's not going to make much difference stripping the resistance. And I think Kachina does have a resistance shred too, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look at her kit again. So I don't think Natlan actually needs any animo characters.
Silverfish says I was talking about the Cinder City set. Once an Enmo unit comes out, we will have all the potential reactions covered.
Oh. Let me see. Does she? Maybe she doesn't strip defense. I thought she did with something. No, maybe she doesn't. Okay. Yeah.
Silverfish says since we have Zillanen and Kachina for Geo 1s, Kinich for Dendro 1s, and then Enmo is left for whatever else.
The thing is, though, is like people like Kachina with the artifact set, they can work with anything. They can work with any kind of elemental type. Anyone can trigger the elemental reaction for this and the Night Soul Blessing on top of it. So really someone like Kachina works with any team effectively.
Silverfish says Kachina can't work with Enmo or Dendro.
She can. Yeah. I look at the artifact set. After the equipping character triggers a reaction related to their elemental type, all nearby party members gain a 12% elemental damage bonus for the elemental types involved in the elemental reaction for 15 seconds. So with her Geo, if you trigger Hydro, that's going to give a damage bonus to Hydro and Geo because those were both involved in the reaction. If you use Dendro, well, I don't know. Maybe you are correct. Maybe Dendro and Animo can't react with Crystallize.
Silverthishi says the artifact set needs a reaction to work.
Yeah.
There is no Geo/Dendro or Geo/Inmo reaction.
Yeah, I see. I think I see what you're saying now. I think the 28% reaction still comes into effect though. Yeah, that you would still get the 28% effect, I think. Yeah, because we'd still be in the Night Soul Blessing state with the E. Well, no, it still says elemental damage bonus for the elemental types involved in the reaction. So no, actually you wouldn't even get that. Huh. So yeah, I guess that means that she would work with, what is it? Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, Electro. But yeah, not Animo, not Dendro. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, she doesn't quite work with anything. But she works with a lot of stuff. Let me see. What do we need for her weapon? Oh yeah, we need some of these. Part of the secret source.
Silverthishi says Kinich has burning, bloom variants, and quicken covered.
Yeah.
So all that is left is someone for those Inmo DPS.
See if I can find this thing in here. I'm not sure if I can. It's got to be in here somewhere, right? Somehow I'm not seeing
Silverthishi says a
it,
Natlan and Mo Benny/Furina would be killer.
Oh yeah. Let me see. This is. It says craftable amount 7. I didn't see it in there though. Wait. It might be this. Let me see. Oh yeah, there it is. Wondering how much of a defense bonus we get from this thing. It seems quite high.
Silverthishi says, have you tried the new alchemy table character thing?
Oh yeah, I've seen that, yeah. Haven't really played around with it very much though.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Don't have nearly as much time to play games as I would like. I think we're pretty much done with Kachina for the day, though. I don't think there's much else that we can do for her. No. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, because we're going to need more and we don't have enough resin for it. Oops. music is so atmospheric.
Quick, over here, to safety.
Oh, we are already safe though. It's the traveler. Oh. She's talking to the normies.
How many people do you have left?
Voice actor strike. I don't know if you've seen about that.
What's the situation? There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as soon as possible.
We'll go together.
Silverthy, she says about the AI stuff.
Yep.
I am familiar.
Yeah, thing is people think that, oh, it's only artwork and voice acting and that kind of stuff that's at risk here. It's like, no, it's coming for everyone. I don't know how much people, I don't think people really realize this yet, but yeah, no, AI is coming for everyone's jobs. It's only a matter of time. With robotics and AI and quantum computing around the corner. Oh, that's interesting. They have a whole team comp for me to use. Oops. Isn't she more of a support? I think so.
Silverthy, she says who?
New character girl. Zylonen. Oh, let's see.
Silverthy, she says she can be, but in this team she is a DPS.
Scatter!
I really thought I was done for.
Let me see. I need to catch up with her. Oh my goodness, why is it scrolling so haphazardly? Oh my goodness. It is not scrolling well at all right now. I thought she was just a support. Yeah, she's mainly a support, not really a DPS it looks like. So her built-in resistance shred in her kit, yeah, her access to Night Soul.
Silverthy, she says
artifact
TL,
set,
DR.
yes.
Her abilities change based on the team.
Competitive to meta characters like Kazuha. Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, I have both Frina and
She
him.
says elemental team equals support. Mono Geo / non-swirlable elements equals DPS.
Because that was an elemental team.
Silverthy, she says it was 2 Geo, a Hydro, and a Dendro.
Well, yeah, if you're counting her as one of the Geos. Let's see. I'm gonna have to look up a video of her. Oh my.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to a complete and detailed Shilonen guide. Shilonen is the newest 5-star Geo character in Genshin Impact, who's a very powerful support and
Silverthy,
healer
she
who can
says
give
you
your
need at
team
least 2
huge buffs.
reactable elements. Otherwise she only does damage.
healing, and also has the option to be played as a DPS if you so choose. In today's video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about Shilonen, covering her different playstyles, best builds, weapons, artifacts, team comps, constellations, and so much more. I'm also going to include a showcase of a C0 Shilonen so you can know what to expect with this character in her various different teams. Before we begin, I want you guys to know that I do stream most nights on Twitch, link in the description if you're interested, and also excuse the slight delay on this guide as I had to do a lot of testing and get all the footage on my main account on the live server, which took a bit longer than expected. But with that out of the way, let's talk about Shilonen. Alright, so starting things off, what does Shilonen actually do? Well, firstly, her kit revolves highly around her elemental skill. This is an ability with a rambly amount of text, it's a lot, so let's summarize how it works. Firstly, when Shilonen uses her skill, she will enter the Night Soul's Blessing state, gaining 45 Night Soul points, hopping on roller skates, dashing forward, and dealing some geo damage. Outside of just that, next to her Night Soul bar will be 3 samplers, these little Doritos, that start off as geo in her base kit, but change based on the elements in your party. In fact, for each pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro character you have, 1 geo sample will change to that corresponding element, and through these samplers, Shilonen will be able to reduce the resistance of enemies to whatever types her samplers are. The way this works is you have to activate your samplers. In order to do this, you have to use your skill, at which point your geosource sample will be active, and then in order to activate the other samplers of other elements, you'll need to fill up your meter by getting 90 Night Soul points. This can be done through your first Ascension passive, allowing your normal and plunge attacks to generate 35 Night Soul points per hit, meaning that you just need to do 2 normal attacks to fill up your bar. So use your skill and then normal attack twice. Your Night Soul points will be full, you'll consume them, and also reduce the resistance of whatever elements in your party you infused your samplers with. So what this means in practice is if your party has, for example, Shilonen, a Hydro, Pyro, and Electro unit, then once your Night Soul points are full, you will reduce the resistance of all 3 of those elements, the 3 elements of your samplers. Now, another thing to note though about this first passive, however, is that if you have fewer than 2 source samples that have had their elements changed, Shilonen will not be able to gain more Night Soul points and will instead deal more normal and plunge attack damage. This will make her more of an on-field main DPS and less of a support, allowing her to only shred the resistance of Geo and no other element. With that in mind, provided you have at least 2 characters of either Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro in your party, then you will trigger this passive and Shilonen will be a powerful support character, reducing the resistance of any of those elements. Now keep in mind a few things. 1, you can have multiple of the same element and still trigger this passive. For example, if you have 2 Geo characters and 2 Hydro, 2 of your source samplers will change from Geo to Electro, and it will count towards making Shilonen a support. On the other hand, if you run her with 2 Geo characters and 1 non-Geo, then she will have the DPS part of this passive active. Lastly, worth noting that Anemo and Dendro...
Yeah. So one of her samplers in the one team are Geo. Yeah.
character, reducing the resistance of any of those elements. Now keep in mind a few things. 1, you can have multiple of the same element and still trigger this passive. For example, if you have 2 Geo characters and 2 Hydro, 2 of your source samplers will change from Geo to Electro, and it will count towards making Shilonen a support. On the other hand, if you run her with 2 Geo characters and 1 non-Geo, then she will have the DPS part of this passive active. Lastly, worth noting that
yeah, so in order to really make her more of a DPS, it has to be more mono Geo. Have to have at least 3 Geo.
Anemo and Dendro supports don't count as a sampleable element, meaning they won't change your sampler from Geo. To summarize this skill though, because it can seem more complicated than
Because yeah, the first Geo is just going to count as 1 Geo sampler.
Has to be, you will enter a state where you'll shred resistance of enemies based on the types in your party, provided they are of an element that you can crystallize with, namely Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro. And obviously shredding Geo res as well if you run Shilonen with another Geo character, or technically Dendro or Anemo, but don't do that. Keeping a Geo sampler and reducing the resistance like that. Moving on, for Shilonen's elemental burst, here once again there will be one of 2 things that will happen. First of all, she will deal some damage scaling off her defense, and then will either heal or do more
non-reacting element. Could theoretically do some Anemo/Dendro nonsense.
Yeah, but like he was saying with her passive, in order to trigger the damage bonus, you have to have 3 Geo characters. Otherwise, the second Geo character just counts as a Geo sampler, in which case she still has the, what do you call it? She still has 3 samplers, so she's not triggering the DPS portion of that ability.
damage. If she's played in the supportive role where at least 2 source samples have been changed, then she will have continuous healing to the active character. This healing will last for 12 seconds, and while it is single target healing, it's a decent amount that is an essential part of her supportive kit. If, on the other hand, she has fewer than 2 source samples that have been changed, she will instead deal some AoE geo damage, scaling with her defense. This is an ability that has a 15-second cooldown and a 60 energy cost, meaning it's typically not that hard to get back. And for her second passive talent, Shilinen will trigger an effect equal to that of her Night Soul Burst when her points are maxed, and whenever any party member triggers a Night Soul Burst, Shilinen will increase her defense by 20% for 15 seconds, so basically just a passive, giving you a bit more defense. Shilinen also comes with an exploration passive to help out in Natlan, which is nice, but not the point of this video.
No, like, here, I'll go back so you can see.
This can be done through your first Ascension passive, allowing your normal and plunge attacks to generate 35 Night Soul points per hit, meaning that you just need to do 2 normal
Yeah, she has fewer than 2 source samples.
attacks to fill up your bar. So use your skill and then normal attack twice. Your Night Soul points will be full, you will consume them, and also reduce the resistance of whatever elements in your party you infused your samplers with. So what this means in practice is if your party has, for example, Shilinen, a Hydro, Pyro, and Electro unit, then once your Night Soul points are full, you will reduce the resistance of all 3 of those elements, the 3 elements of your samplers. Now, another thing to note though about this first passive, however, is that if you have fewer than 2 source samples that have had their elements changed, Shilinen will not be able to gain more Night Soul points and will instead deal more normal and plunge attack damage. This will make her
yes, fewer than 2. If she has Inmo or Dendro, they don't change the sources, so they count as Geo and activate DPS mode.
Do they? Let me see. I think that her thing here works with more than just I think it also works with Dendro and Anima, if I'm thinking of it right. So it just says elemental types.
more of an on-field main DPS and less of a support, allowing her to only shred the resistance of Geo and no other element. With that in mind, provided you have at least 2 characters of either Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro in your party, then you will trigger this passive and
she says it does not. Only swirlable elements. So Pyro, Cryo, Hydro, Electro.
Shilinen will be a powerful support character, reducing the resistance of any of those elements. Now keep in mind a few things. 1, you can have multiple of the same element and still trigger this passive. For example, if you have 2 Geo characters and 2 Hydro,
right here.
2 of your source samplers will change from Geo to Electro, and it will count towards making Shilinen a support. On the other hand, if you run her
See, she's still a support even with a second Geo.
with 2 Geo characters and 1 non-Geo, then she will have the DPS part of this passive active. Lastly, worth noting that Anemo and Dendro support.
So in order for her to really be a DPS, she has to have 2 Geos in the team, basically. Well, at least in order to trigger that passive.
Don't count as a sampleable element, meaning
so yeah, I guess they don't count as a sampleable element.
It won't change your sampler from Geo. To summarize this skill though, because it can seem more complicated than it has to be, you will enter a state where you'll shred resistance of enemies based on the types in your party, provided they are of an element that you can crystallize with, namely Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro. And obviously shredding Geo res as well if you run Shilinen with another Geo character, or technically Dendro or Anemo, but don't do that. Keeping a Geo sampler and reducing the resistance like that. Moving on for Shilinen's Elemental Burst, here once again there will be one of 2 things that will happen. First of all, she will deal some damage scaling off her defense, and then will either heal or do more damage.
So yeah, it would either be 3 Geo in a team with a element.
Silverthishi says she doesn't have to have a Geo teammate. Just not a swirlable element.
Yeah.
He's just showing you only need 2 swirlable elements for support mode.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you call it? An Anemo or a Dendro unit would count towards that as well as a Geo, a 3rd Geo character.
If she's played in the supportive role where at least 2 source samples have been changed, then she'll have continuous healing to the active character. This healing will last for 12 seconds, and while it is single target healing, it's a decent amount that is an essential part of her supportive kit. If, on the other hand, right now that she is much stronger, much more meta as a support and healer than as an on-field damage dealer. While I will touch on this briefly in the video as well, for the most part, what we will be more focused on is her supportive playstyle, where she really shines as one of the best supports in the game. This is because she acts as a healer while also having buffs at a similar level of Kazuha, as she will give you 36% resistance shred to the elements you're running, on top of also a 40% damage buff with the Scroll of the Hero City set, which we'll talk about later, on top of having really good uptime and not a complicated setup. While I don't like directly comparing her and Kazuha as much as other people have been doing, because they have different roles. Kazuha has grouping, elemental infusion, and damage, whereas Shilonen is a healer on top of a buffer. It is important to understand that her buffs and resistance shred is on a similar level than some of the premier meta supports, on top of being a healer, which makes her a really strong character in many teams. This is why, to tie it back to her playstyle, the supportive role is so favored and what we're going to be focusing on, because it's really strong and very easy to use. All you need to do is make sure that you're running characters of different elements, either pyro, hydro, electro, or cryo, at least 2 of them, with 2 of the same element being possible here as well. Using your elemental skill, doing 2 normal attacks, and then swapping out, passively decreasing the resistance of those elements in your party, and also acting as a healer through your burst. It's also important to mention that your burst is just a nice form of healing. It's nice to use it as often as possible, but unless you're playing someone like Farina, it's not mandatory in order to maximize your buffs. It's just nice for the healing, obviously. With that said, if you're running the Freedom Sworn weapon, which we'll talk about later, then it's also important to burst every rotation in order to get a second crystallize, one from your skills normals and one from your burst, to trigger its effect reliably. Shilonen's only real weakness is not having much geo application in general, especially from off-field as a support. No geo construct or anything like that, which can affect crystallizing with Navia, but I believe she more than makes up for it in many ways, notably through her very powerful buffs. Now, as far as her DPS playstyle goes, it's pretty straightforward. Just make sure you're getting your obsidian buff on your burst, using it after your skill, and you'll either just spam normal attacks after using all your support characters' buffs if you're playing her without Shen Yun, and if you're playing her with Shen Yun, then you can spam plunges. Just make sure you're not dash canceling them or dashing needlessly, as it consumes a lot of your Night Soul points. Another tip I want to mention about Shilonen is to make sure you're using your buffs efficiently. Well, the res trade on your skill is very easy to proc. You don't have to think about it, and as long as you do 2 normal attacks inside of your skill, you're gonna get your buff out to whatever elements you choose to run, and you don't have to worry about it at all. What you do need to keep in mind though is for the hero set, you want to be triggering crystallize of whatever elements you're dealing damage with. For most teams, this will be either 1 or 2 elements, and it will be pretty easy to do, but you actually do want to make sure you are triggering a crystallize or 2. And if you're running a team with multiple elements, for example, like a Melt Risley team, which we'll talk about later, it can be a bit more annoying to get a crystallize of both of your damage dealing elements, so you may have to pay a bit more attention to your setup, or accept that maybe you can only get 1 crystallize, but you'll still reduce the resistance of both of the elements through Shilonen's skill.
Yeah,
running a weapon that doesn't give me defense. I'm on the hero set on the standard defense healing bonus build with defense substats where I can find them, and my talent levels are not max, so there's room for improvement there. And as you can see,
the thing is, I don't know that she's gonna have enough healing for someone like Farina by herself. Yeah. So you're gonna need to run someone like
still
Jean.
Doing pretty solid single target healing. Now, obviously, it's just going to be to the active character. It isn't team wide, but it's still more than enough healing to keep your team healthy. And also, it can help enable a character like Farina, who needs the healing to offset her HP drain. For Farina in particular, though, you may have to spend a small.
Well, it's not just the HP drain. The HP drain is what enables her pets to do damage, and it's also what enables her buff to work.
Amount of time cycling through your characters to make sure they all get healed, but for the most part, it's a pretty solid amount of healing to your active character that scales with investment, and that's more than enough to keep you healthy, on top of also having incredible buffs, which is the main reason you're picking her.
With someone like Farina, you really need team-wide healing, although if she overheals, it can spread to everyone else through Farina's passive.
Not just how much she can heal. Keep in mind though that, as I said, her healing scales well with investment, like getting her to level 90 and giving her defense, whereas even just at a baseline, provided you level her skills 10 level, she will give you buffs even at low investment.
That's why someone like Bennett is actually not that great with Farina, because he only heals up to 70%, and it's only the active character within that.
So I'm more than fine there.
Yeah, and it's only within that radius. Even C2 Farina is going to work the same way at a base level. Like, yeah. She needs team-wide healing. From what I remember, that just increases the amount of... Let me see. Where does it show constellations? Or does it? Oh, let's see. I see. Okay. So that does make it easier to build fanfare, it looks like, yeah. It's interesting.
I can't thank you enough.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the Abyss isn't after Mora.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the Children of Echoes.
Silverthishi says plus that overcap healing from Jean makes
Yeah.
her stronger.
Where's St. Lolly?
It's a nice
I thought she
cycle.
would come with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If Xyloan...
Masters of the Nightwind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name later.
If someone like Xyloan has enough healing to really enable Farina to buff people to her max. Because it doesn't seem like Xyloan in and of herself has enough healing to do that.
That makes sense. The attacks are more urgent. Alright, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back to the tribe.
Silverthishi says Silenin and C0 Furina.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Looks like a few people were hurt after all. Oh, I should have got here sooner.
Yeah, it's all your fault,
The Abyss
Mulan.
threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm, and there were already so many monsters.
It's all her fault.
Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that, we destroyed several pylons as a team.
Yeah, see, Mulani, we had to pick up the slack for you because you were late. It's all your fault. Wasn't in charge or anything, we just happened to be together. Still, I think that proves camping in the wild was a great idea. That's how we were able to respond so fast. See, stepping on the wet grass was pretty uncomfortable, but it was worth it. I don't mean to be negative, but the situation isn't looking
You mean
good.
the situation in the Night Kingdom, right? Yeah, I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret all this time, but more and more people are realizing something's wrong. It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by the second, and all we can do is wait.
And we still don't know where the
Means we
final...
need to buy the
Whoa.
Pyro Archon more time. Keep pushing, everyone. Every battle is worth something.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani. You always find a way to cheer people up.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
Yes. I learned a few things you should know. We suppose.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crisis, but it comes at a huge
And
price.
we don't know what that price is.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon, and calls her out for having a solution but refusing to use it. Honestly, if he has the same information as us, I can't really blame him.
Probably because our plan is so risky, we don't even know if the 6 heroes will reunite in time.
We talked to Moika before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of the captain's plan is too high. And
Just watch,
now it
one of the
makes
heroes will
sense.
be
If there was truly
Paimon.
the better choice, she would have picked it.
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, she was really sincere and patient with me. Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already proven how much she values even a single person's life. When it comes to Natlan's survival, there's no way she would hold back.
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities.
Yeah.
Life is important, but so are history and memory.
As the Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seemed like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how come the Pyro Archon has never heard of it?
Yeah, and if he isn't from Cheshire, why would the Fatui want to save Natlan? Very good question, Kachina. Kachina.
This is all super confusing.
I know, too much for Paimon's brain.
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the Fatui are doing, we'll have our answer.
Let's head back then. Marika said her intelligence officers should return soon. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound to give something away.
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own. With a bit more information, we just might get to the bottom of the whole thing.
Want to join our garrison, Mualani?
I was just about to ask. Count me in. If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt. People.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Mualani.
It's all a chain reaction.
Yeah, you were being lazy, so people died.
Register? Nah. I'll just follow you around. You know, go where you go, do what you do.
Yeah, she's no good by herself. Okay, if you have to follow my orders.
You got it. I just don't want to make the trip back. It's so far. All right.
Lazy,
See you all
as
later.
per usual.
Let's get together and celebrate once this is over.
Oh, you betcha!
Mualani's being lazy. People died because she was being lazy, and then now she's like, it's too far. She just continues to be lazy. Huh?
Marika! Oh, Chatsuka and Koichi are here! Wait, are you okay, Koichi?
No, they're dead.
I'm fine. No need to worry.
They're in the
They ran
fire.
into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow them.
The Fatui?
Calm down and let me explain. Here's what happened.
They're gonna show us what happened.
Watch out. It's the Fatui.
Were they attacked
No.
by the Abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're protecting a group of travelers. Over there. Do you see?
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan. Could they be trading for something? Let's keep observing for now.
We're glad you're okay. Given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the tribes.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return.
That's odd.
We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. It was our decision to help. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by warriors from Natlan.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
But...
We're not asking you to cover up our activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to remain undisturbed. Nonetheless, the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet, we would have employed a harsher method.
Got it. We'll get going now.
Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't that who the Pyro Archon is looking for?
Exactly. We could be onto something big. Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't sense an ulterior motive. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based on what we just saw, it's possible he was telling the truth.
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui this whole time.
It's too early to say. Let's follow them and see what's really going on.
So this is where they were headed. Looks tricky. It's heavily guarded on all sides.
Koichi, wait for me here. I'll go in and check it out.
Oh, no, you don't. How are you planning to get through all the guards?
She's
Look,
sneaky.
I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special way of getting around, I doubt they'll see me coming.
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover? You won't have anyone to watch your back if you go in alone.
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, we can still figure out what the Fatui are planning. That intel is worth the risk.
Fine. You're not gonna listen to me anyway, so let me come with you.
That's even more risky. You've been running around saving people for days. You're already at your limit. I'm confident I can protect myself.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you can say the same. At least right now.
I can.
Not.
You really believe that?
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrating a heavily guarded Fatui hideout all on your own sounds more reasonable. You know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not sure you can say the same.
All right. If we start arguing, this will never end. We can't let this opportunity go to waste.
Guess that means I win. Don't worry, you're not the only capable young person from our tribe. I can handle this.
All right, same plan as usual. We split up, communicate with hand signals, make sure our blind spots are covered, and support each other once we strike. Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
Sneaky, sneaky.
The Fatui have eyes all over this place. I should wait for Koichi's signal. Now. Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to act.
I guess we do.
Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight. I'll wait for her signal. That's it. Now's my chance.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep moving. Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal. Time to move. Whew. That was close. Almost got caught. Probably can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance. Now's my chance. I made it! That'll show my sister. Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait, I've got it!
Oh, they died.
Huh?
She's killing the wildlife
What's that
now.
noise? Did something explode? Oh, it stings!
What the heck is that? What do you think you're doing? I could ask you the same thing!
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. They've probably had enough of this job already. The people on the hill over there left to help their comrades. This is our chance. Come get me, Chaska. I hope she gets this hand signal.
That's Koichi's signal. Smart idea. Alright, time to move. Give me your hand, quick.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should lead us to the deepest part of this place. Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually jumps at the chance to work with me. Not my own sister, though. No, she avoids me like her life depends on it.
Yeah.
I was wrong, Koichi. You've done well.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it? Now I look like the mean one.
Well, you always are.
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory. The more time we waste, the more dangerous this becomes.
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, then I'll drop it. Looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people. I doubt it's because they're interested in our culture and history.
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mechanism. The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from Natlan don't know how to use it. Why would this be the Fatui's target?
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. This should be what our Lord's looking for. Took us long enough. Come on, let's get this thing back.
Back? Back where? Should we keep following?
Yes.
You really want to keep going?
Of course. We make a good team, don't you think? No reason to stop now.
What was that sound?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted. Time to go.
Must have been the wind.
Coming. Watch out for your gadget!
What? You'll regret that! After them!
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more. They'd collected several identical pieces of something. It looked like they were waiting, though. So we decided to come back.
So, Koichi got injured trying to get them off your tail?
She pushed herself too hard and collapsed on the way back to the stadium.
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting, right? So my perfect record remains.
Delusional
You've done
thinking.
very well. I could make a comment on knowing your limits, but it's not my place.
I know. I'm already reflecting on my actions.
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the source mechanism. The device is a complete mystery, even to us. What does the captain want with it?
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Shilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natlan familiar with the secret source.
I'll get right on it.
Thank you both for your hard work. Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and there are gifts from your patients waiting at the speaker's chamber. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude. I'll send it to your home along with the others.
My patience. That's so nice of them. Guess that means I'm doing something right.
Nope.
You don't need to give
You're a
us
failure
anything,
as
Archon.
usual.
We were just
They
doing
just
our
feel
duty
bad
Natlan.
for you. It's a pity gift.
I should take Koichi home now.
Well, if Koichi doesn't want her favorite Saurus crackers, then...
I accept. Thank you, Archon.
What am I gonna do with you?
There's some for the rest of you as well. They're one of my favorites too, so don't be shy. I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn anything, you'll be the first to know.
Yummy snacks!
I should take a nap. I am feeling the tiredness hitting. And then I have to get to work and everything too. Let's see if we can raid someone here. Yeah. Oh, who's a good person to raid here? Small Biscuit looks like they're playing Factorio. Who else would be? I haven't seen this person before. Not sure if I have any good people to raid at the moment. Silent Hill 2. What is that game? Yeah, what is this game? Is this a new one? Okay. This does look interesting. Let's raid this person. I've never raided them before. Storm Chappie. She sounds very Australian. Yeah, she sounds Australian. Yeah, sounds Australian. Alright, I think we are ready to raid.